In the previous section, we discussed various types of APIs, and we concluded that Web APIs is the most popular and most useful kind of API. So let's dive a little bit deeper into Web APIs and explain what it is exactly. So let's remind ourselves the definition of Web API that we have used. An API exposed by a web component, allowing other components to interact with it. It's important to remember some common characteristics of Web API. First, Web API is platform agnostic, meaning .NET components, for example, can easily communicate with Python component using Web API. And of course, this is true also for other platforms. In addition, Web APIs use standard protocols, usually over HTTP, as you see in this diagram. And also, Web API usually using request response, meaning when we have a caller component, in this case the .NET component, which is calling the Python component, then the .NET component will request or will send a request based on the HTTP protocol to the Python component and will receive back an HTTP response. This is part of the HTTP protocol, and almost all kinds of Web APIs will use this paradigm of request response. Now, when discussing Web API types, we should understand what is the difference or what are the main differences between them. So the Web APIs are differentiated mainly by the request format. It could be JSON or XML or anything else. The request contents. What is the content of the request that is sent over the wire? The response format. Again, is it JSON or XML or clear text or something else? And of course, the response contents. What is the content of the response sent by the server back to the client? So with that in mind, let's explore the various types of Web APIs. First, SOAP, and REST, GraphQL, and gRPC.